Hello, my name is Mackenzie and I'm autistic, and this is my YouTube channel. We talk about a wide array of autistic topics on my channel. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, and share it. If you'd like to follow me on Facebook or Instagram, my link is below. Thank you for watching.
Today I want to talk to you guys about job interviews and autism. So job interviews are already difficult for everybody else on the planet. For those on the spectrum, there's a unique set of difficulties, mostly that have to do with unspoken social rules during an interview, and also the whole interview process does not necessarily want somebody to communicate honestly and directly, which throws me off. It kind of requires answering questions in a certain way, and it throws people that are neurotypical and not autistic off. It adds an extra layer of things that people don't tell you for job interviews that you're supposed to be doing. Unspoken social rules and expectations. They're all up in there. So I thought I would go over some basic ones to help ease the process for anybody else that's having difficulties like I do. So I had a long discussion about how anxious this makes me, and my sister and her wife helped me out and helped me practice for these and gave me a lot of good advice that I wanted to pass on and share with everybody. So first and foremost, the person interviewing you, their perspective, they do not want long answers to their questions. They want short, sweet, and simple. And I know personally for me it's hard because I have a tendency to nervously babble when I'm stressed in a situation. But try to keep your answers short and simple. Now, the way I helped avert my nervous babbling is I practiced with my sister and her wife. They asked me their interview questions and I answered them, and we did this little critique and what could I do better, what is a good answer, and no. This helps me out a lot, and it made the whole process less nerve-wracking. It's still nerve-wracking, and yeah, it's still nerve-wracking, but I'm prepared for it now. So this helps me out, and there's a lot of unspoken rules that people don't directly tell you. Like I said, first, before you go to an interview, always research the company you're going to be interviewing with. This means look them up on social media, look up their website, read about them. You don't want to ask any questions. Nobody wants to be asked questions that can be looked up online. Also, there's this unspoken expectation that you're going to research this, that you're already going to have read this, looked it up. Don't spend too much time obsessing about it. Just 30 minutes, look up their website, read about it. Make sure not to ask any questions that are online, because it makes, if I was to go to an interview and ask a bunch of questions about the company that I could have looked up online, it makes me look a little bit lazy and not particularly interested. So that's the impression it might leave. Now, like I said, they want short, simple answers to the questions. I'll give you an example. Every job interview has this question: what do you consider your strengths? They may say it in different wording, but they'll always ask you. Now I'm going to literally give you an example sentence, and I'll tell you what the important parts are. So this person asks me, what do you consider your strengths? I'm going to give 3 adjectives. 3 adjectives. I am very reliable, punctual, and I have a strong work ethic. That's it. That's all I need to say. Maybe throw another one in there. But that's all they're expecting, all they need, and maybe you can put in a few extra words in there, but don't do anything like long explanation of why you think this is your strength or anything. That's it. Just cut yourself off. Ooh. The reason I say this is because the person interviewing you are just going to take little notes, and it doesn't make you very memorable where your answer gets lost in your very, very long detailed explanation. And I'm only saying this because I have made these mistakes before, and I'm trying to help other people not make these mistakes. Now, this one's important because it's like about honesty and directness, and I and everybody else on the spectrum seem to have a lot of that. We're very honest and direct, even when we shouldn't be. I have that issue, and I made this mistake in an interview of talking negatively about a past employer. Never do that in an interview. It will, one, you're not going to get the job. It's not going to happen. They're going to be left with a negative image about you complaining about the last employer you had. Don't do it, even if it is true. Even if your last place of employment and the reason why you're looking for a new job is because where you're currently employed sucks, and you have a rude boss who's always saying rude ass things. No, don't mention it in the interview. It leaves them with a negative impression. It's like an unspoken rule that you never do that. It's better to give them a half-truth of, I am leaving because I would like to gain experience in this field, or I am leaving because anything but a negative about your last place of employment, no matter how true it is. I'm emphasizing this because this is a mistake I made, and I want other people not to make it. Now, I'm going to be making a series of videos where I act like I'm the interviewer, and you could click on them and use them to practice your script for an interview. Because there are always common interview questions that you can practice over and over and act out yourself in order to get more comfortable with them, because there are some basic ones that are always asked. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? If it's customer service position, they'll ask you how you deal with an unsatisfied customer or a mistaken order. Look them up on whatever your field that you're interviewing for, what's a common question, and practice them. It's all about practice and scripting to make it a less nerve-inducing situation. I hope this information helped somebody, and please post below any type of difficulties that you've run into with a job interview. If you want to share a story or some advice or tips in the comments, I would love to hear them. I'm still need to learn about job interviews myself. I'm currently doing some, and I would love to hear some good advice, or if you're comfortable, mistakes you've made and unspoken rules that you learned after the fact or just before. I'd love to hear them.
If you like my content and you'd like to see more, please like, subscribe, and share. I post a video every Saturday, and if you're watching for your loved one, for yourself, or your friend, I welcome feedback. Please tell me anything you'd like me to expand on or any other topics. Just write in the comments below. Hope to see you again next week.